Hello, everybody, and welcome on the Commerce Show. Today, I'm receiving Jean-Christophe Roy, VP Marketing and Partner at SecurMedic. I had a wonderful call with Jean-Christophe. We exchanged a lot about e-commerce marketing. We talk about affiliate marketing. We talk also about call centers because Jean-Christophe has a very strong skill set into call centers. We try to understand how he's leveraging right now the call center for his e-commerce and what have been the transformation for SecurMedic from a training company to a product company that sells first aid kit and by now an online course platform that he leveraged to sell new products on marketplaces such as Amazon. That was insane. We had so much fun. He's a really good friend of mine. We had a golf game yesterday, and we prepared that podcast during that game. So we had a lot of fun doing it and preparing it, and it does deliver really great value for you. Thank you for joining the podcast, and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. I would love to get you as a subscriber on YouTube. I want to continue to grow and deliver you some great value. Our next two guests are already confirmed and will be amazing. So be sure to subscribe to don't miss that. Also go on subscribe.thecommerceshow.com. It's our private newsletter where you can join and receive the episode a little bit earlier than everyone else. So be sure to subscribe that also. Thank you so much. And the podcast starts right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome on the Commerce Show. Today, I'm with a good friend of mine, Jean-Christophe Roy from SecurMedic. Hi, Jean-Christophe.
Hi, Phil. How are you today?
I'm doing very great. What a nice golf play yesterday.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Uh, Hopefully, we improve throughout the
Oh
summer.
yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Just starting to learn new tricks, and it's always amazing to share a little beer with you on the field. Um, Jean-Christophe, at the beginning of your career, you were a student, then you moved to consultant in international business development, and now you're a partner of the business you're working at SecurMedic. Can you tell us a little bit more about your professional background and maybe highlight us a few great achievements since the beginning of your career?
Yeah, well, I did a business degree in actually international management at Laval University because, when I was younger, I wanted to play in the NHL, but since I'm 5'5", this is a dream of mine that I needed to
Oh,
ditch
you
quite early in my career.
you look taller than this on the camera.
Yeah. So the thing is that I still had that competitive side, so that's why I decided to go and do a business degree. And well, while I was doing this international management degree, uh, there was a program in which was called the Train Missions of Laval University, and with that program, we were actually 50 students that were chosen to promote Quebec businesses all over the world. Actually, we had three destinations that year in Mexico, Germany, and Indonesia. And that this is something I was really proud of. It's what initiated me to actually international development. So I learned
Hmm.
a lot of things about marketing, sales, and international relationships. And yeah, so I did a 5 weeks train mission in Mexico, and you'll see why I'm telling that. Uh, by doing that program, I met a lot of like highly motivated people, and one of them was actually the leader of this program, and this is the one who actually introduced me to Steve, my partner today, and the
Nice.
owner and founder of SecurMedic.
Oh, that's very interesting, and I think you learn also a new language through this process in Mexico, right?
Yeah. Well, I had to learn Spanish
Yep.
because actually, Well, I did some Spanish when I was in high school, and I did a course in at the university in Spanish as well. But the thing is that you needed to have a good level of Spanish to do business in Mexico, like because I was working in the automotive industry. I was representing a business that were doing like PC board, which is like the electronical components in cars.
Yep.
And the thing is that all the business was in Spanish. So I was like knocking to doors, like I don't know, we had some like I went to Toyota, Honda, and many of their suppliers, and all the meetings were in Spanish. So yeah, I had to improve my Spanish by a lot.
Oh, that's really interesting. So you met during this program, Steve, and you moved to another industry, for what I understood, which is the medical device and care products, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is that the leader of the train mission program is called Andre, and he was actually part of the management from the MBA program in at the Laval University. And Steve, my partner today, was actually doing a MBA, and he met Andre, and just like he matched the two of us actually. And so I did one interview, and we had a good fit, Steve and I. We both shared the same philosophy, which is like work hard, play hard, and he saw in me someone who was highly motivated and wanted to perform and grow in the business industry. So yeah, Steve, 25 years ago, he created SecurMedic. At that time, it was SM Secourism, which is like SM Secourism.
Yep.
So yeah, he started that 25 years ago. So it was a business that was actually giving first aid courses, you know, the CPR and all the first aid, so how to do bandages and stuff like that. So the courses that businesses they are obligated to do.
Hmm.
So yeah, he created the company 25 years ago, and 15 years ago, he moved the business from that side to distributing medical kits for businesses.
Okay. So from a training business to a product business. So that's very
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. And
So when I was hired in SecurMedic, we were actually only selling business first aid kits to businesses in Quebec and a little bit in other provinces, but mainly in the province of Quebec.
and just for our listeners, can you explain to us a little bit more what is SecurMedic today? What do you offer in
Yeah.
terms of product and in terms of service? Just to put everybody on the same ground to start discussing about your strategies and everything.
Yeah, so for our listeners, you know, well, in Canada, there are some regulations regarding businesses. They are obligated to have a certain amount of medical kits in their business, or first aid kits,
Hmm.
can call, or safety kits, if you want to call that. And these medical kits, they need a certain amount of products. So specific, I don't know, like bandages, uh, pliers, scissors, all these kind of stuff like you need to use during emergencies. They are required to have some in their business. So that was our core business. We actually have a call center that we're calling businesses and selling those medical kits to make sure those businesses were compliant with the regulation. So when I was hired in SecurMedic like 5 years ago, this was our only product. But I mean, they are products for different businesses. So
Yep.
because they are more hazardous businesses, like I don't know, like someone in the construction industry is not the same as someone like I don't know, an accountant. They don't share the same risk. So yes, they
For
are
sure.
different products, but it was mainly medical kits.
Okay. That's very interesting.
But nowadays, like we have expanded. So now we came back with how we started SecurMedic. Like
Oh.
we now offer um, first aid courses, but only online. So this is something we are really proud of because our mission is to save lives, to help people save lives.
Yep.
And the thing is that you need the right tools, but you need the knowledge to do so. So we are really proud to brought that back.
So that's really interesting. So you move from a regular training company to a product company, and now you're back with training, but online training that can scale and that can be geographically, sorry, expandable. And I know you're currently working on that, so that's interesting, and maybe we can have a talk about that later. But what I would like to know is that I know you had to make a switch because at the beginning you were consulting in the business to be able to expand and to grow. So you were more in charge of sales and biz development, and then you had to switch a little bit for a role from sales more to marketing and to e-commerce, but you never did at that time e-commerce at this specific moment of your career. So can you tell us a little bit more about this switch and why you had to do that switch to help the company to continue growth?
Yeah, well, this is the reason why I'm here today, to talk about
Yeah,
e-commerce. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it makes sense to talk about that. I just want to touch on first why we decided to move from the courses to the product side of thing, and you'll understand after why we decided to go back with the courses after that. The thing is that you have some like in Quebec we have what we call the CNESST. Okay, so it's in charge of like all it's a occupational safety organization.
Mhm,
Okay, so
yeah.
they are in charge of everything, and the thing is that uh, it was not profitable because they were limiting the number of people we could train at the same time,
Mm,
and we had actually only one customer, which was the occupational and safety organization. It wasn't the businesses, like, because the one who was paying us was the CNESST.
oh.
So that's why we decided to move to the product, so we that way we could be autonomous.
Mm,
Okay, so but at a certain point we decided to move our to we decided that in order to expand our business, we needed to develop new sales channel, because we were only selling with our call center in Quebec, doing some phones, and we were only reaching businesses by that way. So we wanted to expand geographically, but also develop new sales channels. So that's why I was talking to Steve. Since I was young, I was like, "Hey, we need to be online. So we need to have a website which is up to date." Well, at some point we will need to be on Amazon, because Amazon was getting bigger and bigger, and we saw like the growing market of online courses, and we decided like, well, we need to be online. We need to do something with that, because like the market was growing so fast, and Steve and I, we are people that like to learn a lot, so we were following online courses on marketing and stuff like that. So we were like, hey, we need to jump in that market. But the thing is, like you said, I didn't have that knowledge first, because I was in charge of the call center.
yeah.
So I told Steve like, and Steve was really fine with that, because at that point I wasn't the partner of Steve. It was like, hey, GC, like, we will train you, and I will give you the time and the opportunity to train yourself, learn by yourself, and do some mistakes. And so I learned how to create a Shopify, create an online learning platform, to do how to do Facebook ads, how to do Google AdWords. So I did that by myself, because it was a need for us to expand the business, to learn these new skills.
Mm. That's really interesting, and I know that the online course is one of your core focus because I think you get some synergies with other products. But what I've been you're thinking around the online courses to be, let's say, the one of the main pillar of your business.
Well, there are a few things I really like about online courses. First of all, like, I'm I'm a consumer of online courses. Like,
Yep.
I watch TED, I watch YouTube. Well, I took some online courses.
Yep.
So first, I was a fan of online courses. But what I like about online courses is that you don't have an inventory. Like, you don't manage T-shirts or stuff in your warehouse. It's like you sell your course. So for a business standpoint, it's such a great asset, because like you can develop anywhere in the world without any limitation. Okay, so that's why like it was really important for us. But the second thing that was really important for us is because since our mission was to save lives, it just made so much sense to go back to first aid training. And so we really wanted to do something, but we didn't know at first how we wanted to do it. And by having online courses, it just opened new opportunities for us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And the thing is that we we knew that there was a gap in the market. Nobody was doing that in our domain.
That's
Like there
interesting.
wasn't any online first aid courses, so it was like a blue ocean.
Mm.
People, like, they thought that it was impossible to train people on CPR and first aid online. But the thing is that, like Steve, my partner, always says, like, it's there are so many people that learned how to do the mouth to mouth by watching Baywatch and Pamela Anderson doing the mouth to mouth on the beach.
Yeah.
So, like, if so many people, they learn watching a TV show how to do the mouth to mouth and save people's
Yeah.
life, like, how can we not do it online by having a first aid
Oh,
course?
that's interesting. Yeah, so that's why you decided to do that. That's really interesting, and I know that it's the core of your growth actually right now, and that's interesting. But something people might ask themselves is how you became successful by selling online courses, because it's something to produce the content. I see that you're in your new studio right now, so working on the product itself can be, a pretty hard thing to do, but not impossible. But to start selling it and scale a business around it is something different. Um, can you tell us a little bit about how you did it, and what has been your mistakes around selling online courses, and what have been your biggest success?
Oh yeah, there were many mistakes. Uh,
but Steve
yeah,
allowed you to
but
do it, so that's okay.
yeah. Well, my first tip would be to have an MVP, like a MVP. People, like, they want to hire, like, the big production company and pay like $50,000 and create like the best training possible and the best platform and have a custom thing and stuff. This is not what I recommend. Um, I'm a strong proponent of MVP, just in time learning, and start with something that respond to need. So we knew, like, because we do a quick survey, like, and we did a market analysis, that there was a need first. So, like, it, this is the base of any businesses and any product. So we knew there was a need. So, like, even I don't know, like, I would be like a really good hockey player. Like, if there's not a need to have an online hockey school, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Well, we knew that there was a need for online first aid training, so we decided to create something, and we used our iPhones, and we created something, like, from the ground up, with no, like, any professional equipment. And the second tip I would give you is, like, to use the software that are already out there. So don't create something custom. Don't pay, like, the don't use a big budget, and don't pay a whole lot of money, because they are really great software, like, good SaaS software. We now use Kajabi. We use Teachable in the past and stuff like that, but Kajabi is something I really like. We can go back to that later.
Yep.
But so yeah, so how we successfully market the product. First, we didn't spend a whole lot of money creating the product, so we had a lot of money, or energy, to spend to promote the product, because this is the most important thing. Even if you have the best product on the market, if you don't market it well, it's gonna go any well it's not gonna move, and you're not gonna sell any product. So our strategy for the course is, like, first, I thought, like, hey, I'm gonna do some Facebook ads and it's gonna sell by itself. Well, first mistake.
Yeah.
First mistake.
Yeah.
The thing is that, yeah, I know Facebook, it can be good. Like, like, if you're pro at that, and you're, I don't know, your ads are really great, and you can get a decent return on investment while using Facebook ads. But we noticed, like, one of our strength in SecurMedic was our call center,
Yep.
so we leverage on that. So one of the first course we launched was for the kindergarten industry, and all people working with kids and schools. So we used our call center, and we called every kindergarten in the province of Quebec. So just to put our product out there, and then we did some partnership with association, and we just met people that was in this industry. So we created relationship, And then like after that, we were doing some Facebook ads, but our message was already out there. So it was like a hybrid marketing strategy
Hmm.
where yes, we were online since we were an online school, but we had people on the terrain that was calling potential customers and leads. So this is one of the better idea we had, and it was really yeah, it worked for us.
Yep.
And after that, we just created new products from that one, and we explored new markets, so businesses, schools, people in the health industry, stuff like that,
Okay.
and we leverage on that. And yeah, that was our main strategy.
Yeah, and you started to talk about it, but since you have a pretty strong skill set in call centers because you had to set up call centers in the past, uh, and for what I hear is that you've started to market your product with with a outbound sales team. But how are you able to leverage a sales team, over the phone and leverage your e-commerce at the same time? What are the strategies to mix those together, and how can you offer maybe commissions to sales rep, and how does all this mechanic work?
Okay, well, first, yeah, this is something we still use, by the way, our call centers. This is something I
Nice.
think businesses they forget a lot nowadays. Like they're okay, we're in 2021, we got to be on Facebook, Google, and it's the only way to market our product.
How
But
many people,
people
by
they
the way,
forget
just
that.
just for fun, how many people do you have over the phone every day?
Oh, right now we have 8 people over the phone,
Oh, cool.
so it's a decent sales
Yep.
team, and we want to expand on
Yep.
that. So yeah, the thing is, I think people they forget about that. What I love about call centers, like I mean, there are a few downsides. Like you need to manage people.
Hmm.
There's a technical side of thing, but what I like is when you are having people over the phone with you, you you control the entire sales cycle.
Okay.
You're over on the phone with them and you can convert them already on the phone. While if you're doing Facebook ads, like okay, they're gonna click on the ad, they're gonna go on your website. I don't know, they receive a phone call, they're no longer on website. You don't control the entire sales
Yep.
cycle. Like you can you can use strategy to I don't know to apply at the different steps of the sales
Hmm.
cycle when you're online, but it's difficult to control every step of it. But
Yep.
when you're on the phone, like this is the best thing. But yeah, there are a few downsides of
Until the client hang
um,
up, you're good to go.
yeah, yeah, until the line hang up, and you gotta find people that are good at it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But how we did it to I don't know to match the online side of thing with the I don't know the more analogical type of
Yeah.
marketing. Um, well, we use Shopify. Shopify was our website was already on Shopify for
Yep.
our products, and the thing on Shopify, there are some plugins. One is called Sales Rep, that allows us to track sales from sales reps.
Hmm.
So this is one way we were able to track it. And also Shopify, they have their new
Yep.
POS, which you can create staff accounts.
Yep.
So we were using Shopify POS. So we provided an iPad to all of our sales rep.
Hmm.
And since they were invoicing and billing our customer with their iPad, we were able to track who sold what course to who or who sold what business kit to who.
So, for what I understand is that every transactions at SecurMedic pass through Shopify, even if it's over
Yeah,
the phone,
most
online order. So everything is centered at Shopify. So all your data are aggregated under the same platform. So you still have
yeah,
all the emails of your client, the name, the company. So you have a pretty huge database around that. So that's very interesting.
yeah. Well, yeah. Shopify. I don't know. Like, I mean, you manage an e-commerce business. Like
Yeah.
Shopify. This is the best. Like, I don't know. I recommend Shopify like for 90% of businesses, and for small and medium businesses like us, I think it's the best software you can use. Like, I don't know what's your point of view on that.
Yeah, it's lean in me, man. I think it always depend the type of business you run. But if you're a B2B business, maybe Shopify is not the right fit. But at first, you need to ask yourself, what is my growth plan for the next, let's say, 3 years? And Will I need some features that aren't into Shopify starting back at like $29.99? And if the answer is yes, maybe you can see if another technology can be used. But at the end, as you said to me prior to this call, Shopify allowed you to roll out a new e-commerce for a low cost. And we're gonna be back at it because talking about a low cost strategy, I'm sure the audience would be interested to know how and what's your MVP strategy are all about. But yeah, I guess Shopify can cover lots of needs, and in the future they are rolling so fast out new features that it's almost impossible to catch up from another software perspective. I mean, they are traded on the public market. They're growing very fast, and I think the only competitor Shopify has is Amazon, and I think it's the only one. And if you can leverage from one side Shopify and you can leverage also Amazon on the other side, and maybe we're going to be talking about it because I know you just joined Amazon. Uh,
Yeah.
it's something that can propel your business on various markets, and you're spending to invest in your marketing instead of your development. And I'm selling development every day at Novotize. I'm selling development, and I think at a certain point it does make sense because you need to create value for your user. You need to create a really good user experience on your website, and that's very important. But at the end, if you cannot convert a sale on your website because you had spent so much money on the design and the website is not selling enough, and you no longer have budget for marketing, your website won't be seen, and it at the end it won't convert. So I think for the beginning, Shopify for me, it's a big yes for sure. But let's get back to the point when we were talking about KGB and your MVP strategy. So, how have you launched an MVP, so a minimum viable product or a strategy around it that won't break your bank? And what have been the steps to launch a new product, a new course? What's your thinking about it?
Well, first, earlier you said like JC, you started as a sales VP, like sales director. I was managing the call
Yeah,
center, so I didn't know anything about like e-commerce and stuff like that. And I feel that small and medium businesses like we are, like they can relate to that. They're like, well, I've been managing my business that way for the last 20 years. Like, how can I step into the internet world or e-commerce world and stuff like that? And I feel that it's just like by taking small steps and learning on YouTube, forums, and stuff like that, you can do a lot by yourself. And this is my strategy with the MVP. I feel it's still important to surround yourself with people that have a lot of knowledge, like you are, Phil. Like, I mean, you help me so much with Amazon, with my Shopify, and everything, like on a day to day basis. But I tried to do the most I can do by
yeah.
myself. So this is my strategy to keep it as low cost as possible and to create a MVP that will work. It will it be the best thing on the market as possible? No, like I mean, if I don't know if I use like a third party agency to help me with my Shopify, of course it would have been way better than that. Like and a third party, I don't know a a video company that would have done all of my courses. Like I don't know, it would have been in 8K and like the best quality possible. But the
V
thing is that
VR
would it
VR
add
experience.
value to my product? Yeah, would it add value to my product? Would I sell more products? I don't know. So I did it by myself, and I used softwares that were already out there, like Shopify and Kajabi. And these softwares, they are so easy to use, and since they are so popular, there are so many content
Hmm.
and training courses on them that you can learn by yourself and take the time. Of course, you need to allow yourself some time to learn and do some mistakes and ask on forums and there are some Facebook groups that are so good nowadays, and you can ask, and people are really willing to help you because it's a community. The e-commerce community is like it's out there, and it's been my strategy for e-commerce. because actually I was always struggling because my partner, like, he's not the biggest fan of the internet because our call center was so good, it was so great. Like, I always needed not to fight against him, but like to prove him like this is something we could do and we could achieve.
Yep.
So it was always like create the best you can with 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 the, yeah, the lowest cost as possible.
That's
And
amazing.
this is what we did on Amazon. Maybe you want to touch base on that. I don't know.
Yeah. We can talk about what was the thinking. So you've launched basically a new brand to allow yourself to
Yep.
enter into a specific price point and offer something that weren't uh, really popular on Amazon, and now you're experiencing a pretty good success. Can you tell us a little bit more about the strategy around it?
Yeah. Well, same strategy as before. We created a small product, just a test. Like, we didn't invest, I don't know, a bunch of money without knowing if it would be good or not. So, well, actually, we worked with you guys at Advertise. Full disclaimer, guys. We worked with Phil, but I mean, yeah. So we launched a small product,
Yeah,
but the thing is that on Amazon, like, there were so many first aid kits
yeah,
in the same price range. So
yeah.
we were like, how we can leverage on that, how we can generate some sales if all the medical kits are the same, they're cheap, and there were already few kits with over thousand reviews.
Hmm.
It was tough to compete. So, like our courses, we decided to do something completely different than there was before. So we created a new product, which is the kit and the course. So now, for the same price as the top, well, the bestseller, which is like 24.99, you get our first aid kit, but also a free online first aid training. So
Mm.
you get more value at the same price. So that way, we were able to differentiate ourselves and to have something new, like our first aid courses. And this is, I think, it's always the best strategy when you're small. Like, you can compete with price, you can even compete with quality sometimes. So the best way to do business, I think, is do something different
But
and test it out.
and that's something very interesting. The fact that you're leveraging another product to sell a new one. That's very interesting. And also, for listeners that don't know, when you sell something on Amazon, you don't have access to the customer data. Of course, you have the first name. If you have to chat with the client, you need to know what's their name, but you don't have the email. Yes, you have the address if you're an FBM, but in your case, you're in FBA, so you don't even see the address of the client. So you can know from which province they're from, but you don't know exactly their info. And doing that, the strategy behind it was also to bring someone that uh, know he needs a first aid kit, but he also need maybe a training to bring him into your sales funnel. So outside of Amazon, so bringing back the client to your platform and through all your sales funnel that are already existing and automated. So that's something that came up very interesting. Um, so
It's
yes,
something I need to give you props to, by the way, because, like, at first I was like, oh, let's create a new product course and product, and you told me, like, hey, it's gonna be amazing because you're gonna be able to collect emails, address, info on your customers. I was like, oh, didn't think about
yeah,
that.
and I think it's just the beginning for you because I know you're also selling some course for pets and other things like that, and maybe you can have a partnership with companies that sells a pet supply when you can leverage that, and you can do that for a lots of markets. So I guess it's just the beginning for that type of strategy, but to bundle
Yeah.
with digital product, it's always something good. uh, I saw also with other clients that most of the time clients to collect information will provide a warranty or an extra something such as customer support or things like that to try to get the info of the client. So that's very interesting. But now let's talk about one of my passion. You know how I love affiliate marketing, and I know it's part of your
Yeah.
strategies. So, how do you involve your customers in your affiliate program?
Well, this is something, well, not fairly new, but we started doing that a few months ago. The thing is, when you launch a new product, it's difficult to I don't know, to have a good feedback of your customers. And if you want to do some affiliate marketing, well, you want people that trust your products, that
Yeah,
like your
of course.
products. So the thing is, for first aid courses, well, you need to be evaluated at the end. So we need to do an exam and validate that all your maneuvers, they're good, so you're able to save someone's lives. So so we were actually receiving videos from people, and we were well, actually analyzing these videos. And something we started asking is to people is like, could you do testimony or about the course, like did you like the course, like can you send us like a video message, like, or something like that. And we receive a lot of those messages, so we were like, okay, people that really like our course.
Yeah.
And actually, since we launched our courses over a year ago, I actually haven't received yet a bad review of it. So like, I'm really happy about that. And so we were like, okay, people, they like our product, so let's ask our customers to talk about our product
Hmm.
and be part of our sales team. So yeah, we have this new program, which we allow people to join our affiliate team. And so they have their affiliate link, and they are able to well, give discount to their friends and people that they share their life with. So like, if they want to, well, follow our course, and they can save a little bit of money. But something I learned about our affiliate team is that people, like, even if like they join your affiliate team, they won't do the work. Like, I mean, it requires some work to do
Yeah.
that.
You need to
So you need to
activate.
treat it as
Yeah.
yeah, so you need to treat it as a sales team. So your sales rep, like, I mean, you need to motivate them, give them tools,
Mhm.
give them everything. So I feel that a lot of businesses, like, they have an affiliate program, but it's hidden on their
Yeah.
website, and they don't do a lot of thing about
Yeah.
that. Like, if you want to create an affiliate team, you need to invest in that, and get involved in it. Like, I don't know, you many probably feel you have many customers that do affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
You I'm pretty sure that, well, the one that succeeded in that department, they were investing a lot of energy in that.
Yeah, of course. When you're investing into an affiliate strategy, you need to be aware that most of the time, people that go to affiliate programs, they already run other affiliate programs for others. So you need to find ways to differentiate yourself through contests, to rev share bonification, or a pretty good affiliate manager that will reach out and stay in contact. So it's very a relation thing, but it's also at the end something that need to generate the money. So um, I see the affiliate marketing in two part on the e-commerce. So first part is the ambassadors, so the clients that will talk about your business and your brand, which is, I think, the main point of your affiliate program. But there's also affiliate marketing from affiliate professional, and that's a completely whole new story.
Yeah,
So
the,
that's two different things. So the referral program that you talked about earlier is very interesting, and you need to find ways to activate people. And of course, if they did enjoy the product, and they will be ready to talk about it. And I guess it's the key. If you have something in place, automated, to make sure your clients talk about to other clients, because everybody that have same interest or same um, I will say consciousness about health around themselves, they will be ready to talk about it for sure.
and I feel that it's important to educate your affiliates. Like, for us, our customer base, it's not like people that are professional affiliates, like people that are doing a lot of referrals with Amazon and stuff like that. Our customer base, like, they're not good with technology.
Yep.
Like, for them just to do an online course, it's difficult for them. It's not like fluid for them. So we needed to educate them. So how do you register to our affiliate team? How do you promote your link? How people can use their coupon or their discount? So this is all the stuff that we needed to do, because people, they weren't good with technology.
Yeah, that's that's really important. Yeah, and what has been the best way for you to gather information and train yourself at the beginning? If we go back in the history, And what would you recommend to someone that would like to start in the e-commerce from the ground up?
Yeah, the thing is that one thing I feel that well, the Laval University was missing. It was well, online marketing. Like I didn't have any course about that. Even in the like even the marketing course, they didn't talk about like Facebook
Yeah,
ads and stuff like that.
that's
So
true.
I needed to learn everything by myself, and I feel like your crowd, well, top e-commerce marketers, like they all learn by themselves. But people that find they're themselves in the same situation as I am, like, well, I was on forums, Reddit. I learned a lot on YouTube, um, Facebook groups.
Mhm.
Also, well, surround yourself by with marketers, like people in the same industry, like they're doing some strategies and stuff like that. Uh, Also, like all of the softwares, like, or even on Facebook, like they all have the documentation. And so if you're on the
Yeah,
business manager on Facebook, like you can read everything and learn on all the features and what a ROAS is and what is click through rate and stuff like that.
yeah,
So you all have this documentation. So if you read a lot, you can better understand. Um, and Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I think it's the best way. Well, the last tip I would give is to test it out. Like I mean, it's the base of marketing, A/B testing. So you're testing your product. Like would it be best if it's a blue box or a red box? You need to test it out. So the same thing with marketing. Like yeah, okay, so let's try this Facebook ads versus this Facebook ads, and the best one, well, we keep it. So it's always test everything out with small budgets and make mistakes
yeah,
and learn from
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. And talking by the mistakes, it's gonna be my last question for this podcast. Do you have top of mind a mistake you made and that you learned from that you would like to share in your career at today's point of view? So have you had any issues with ads or things that you've tried to launch and then realize, oh shit, that's not a good thing? Do you have something in mind?
Well, we had a WordPress. No, seriously.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I guess.
no, we
Yeah,
well, two mistakes
yeah.
we made, and we learned from it. So, but I can tell you. So, well, we started the business since we wanted to be involved in the online industry. Before launching our online first aid course, we launched a online learning platform for business individuals. So we were bringing like specialists in every domain. It was called Auris, and we actually fell at that. And I think we put maybe too much money or stuff like that, and we didn't test enough the product, and we didn't come up with a MVP at a cheaper price. And I think it was the opposite of what I told like before in this podcast. Like the best way of doing things, we didn't respect that. So one big mistake.
Yeah.
So nowadays, like when we want to do project, we always think MVP like small is best, and then we can scale it and make it better. So one big mistake with that. And the second mistake is that well, we wanted to develop the rest of well, the other provinces in Canada. So we actually created a call center in India
Okay.
because one of our suppliers in India, and we thought that, well, marketing products, well, across Canada would be the same. Like it's same to market products in Quebec than market products in Ontario and market products in British Columbia, but it's actually not the same. So sometimes, like when you are doing some ads on Facebook or you having a call center, think about that, because it's not because we're all Canadian or people that live in America. Like I don't know if I would go on Amazon USA, I don't think it would I don't think it would be the best way to do it by just copying what you do in
Yeah.
Canada and think that it's gonna work, because like there are some difference between provinces, cities, countries. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, this is one big mistake we learned, and now when we are doing business well abroad, we're thinking about that and we're adapting our strategy.
Hmm. That was very interesting, Jean-Christophe. Thank you so much for being with us today on the commercial. Do you have an ending note or something you want to say?
Well, just well, thank you very much, Phil. I mean, it was nice to talk with you. I mean, I'm not a professional marketer, but I feel that a lot of people can relate with SecurMedic story.
Thank you so much, Jean-Christophe. Bye bye.
Thank you, Phil.